So I asked you a couple of seconds ago if you could ask Paul McCartney one question. One of the questions is, do you ever think about Pete Best and feel bad?
Oh, wow.
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
I want to know that too.
Do you ever talk to Pete Best? Does he ever cross your mind?
Yeah.
Pete Best, if you don't know, was the guy that was the Beatles drummer about, 90 days or so, that they kicked out to hire Ringo. Mm-hmm. Let's say about 6 months. They kick Pete Best out of the Beatles and hire Ringo, who was in a band called Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. And they hire Ringo. They kick Pete Best out of the Beatles. And they hire Ringo, and about 180 days later, they're the most famous people in the world. And I've said a million times, if you're Pete Best, how do you... I was this close.
Yeah.
I was this close to being one of the 4 most famous people on the planet. I was this close from being worth $100 million
and it got snatched away.
And I had to be such a jerk.
Oh, you must have been a jerk.
Well, I've said a million times, and I say it to a degree tongue-in-cheek, but it's legit. Imagine being in a band with John Lennon, and you're a bigger jerk than John Lennon.
Yeah. You had to be a doozy.
You had to be quite the prima donna.
Oh.
You had to make quite the demands.
I can't even imagine.
To outdo John Lennon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about Pete Best? Do you pick up the phone and say,
"Hey, Pete, what's up, mate?"
Exactly.
I don't know what's worse, that impression or the last one that she tried.
Or do you just not take his calls? Imagine if you're Pete Best, who has cobbled together a relatively decent lifestyle, as an almost Beatle.
Almost Beatle.
As an almost Beatle.
Booted out of the Beatles.
But how do you get up? I mean, is that something, seriously now, is that something,
you never get over that.
Say, for example.
That's on your headstone.
Say, for example.
Beatle for 5 minutes.
Say, for example, you and I one morning have a big-ass fight.
Yes.
And you say, I'm not doing this show anymore. I can't take, Robert has crossed the line.
He has got to go.
Like Reba and Narvel.
Yeah.
Whatever it was that she put up with for 25 or 30 years, one day it was one time too many.
Over the edge.
And you say, I'm not doing it.
If he's in the building, I'm not coming in.
So you quit.
Yeah.
And we bring in a new partner, and in 6 months...
You're syndicated nationwide.
We're syndicated on 150 states.
Oh, man. I wouldn't kill myself. I'd kill you.